Dredging works on the cruise pier project site is likely to begin by the middle of July 2014, with a project completion date of late summer 2015, following the House of Assembly's approval of the term sheet for the BVI Ports Authority's $35 million loan to finance the cruise pier expansion project. Minister for Communications and Works Mark Vanderpool said work is set to begin soon.
This afternoon, the Port Authority signed, along with the Premier and myself, signed and we witnessed the $30.7 million marine project.
That's just for the pier alone? Or?
The pier, with widening and lengthening and strengthening. It's important to understand that, because we had with these big ships, you got to seriously strengthen the dock, because if one of them bunks the dock, so as it is now, it won't survive.
So you put on thicker
piles and yeah. And then, in addition to that, these works include dredging the harbor, because again, these bigger ships, the depth of the harbor is not deep enough. So you have to make it deep enough so when they come in, they can turn and not hit a sandbank or anything like that. You remember that similar case in St. Martin that happened some time back, where one of the ships hit a sandbank. You don't want to have that here. You want to avoid that. And then they're going to create some reclamation in the harbor. Along the shoreline in front of the...
extend it further out into the sea? In
front of the admin building. They're going to take it out. They're going to create about 1.5 acres or 2 acres of land along there. And we're going to create within this project also, there's about $1 million and $1.1 million to build a boardwalk along there one time, as well as some other works that are involved.
So the boardwalk is going to come from the cruise ship dock, go outside of Maria's, and go down how
far?
Go down.
At the moment, I think this one takes it down to the Craft Life side, waterfront there. But the intention is eventually to have a boardwalk go all the way down to the Queen Elizabeth Park.
Minister Vanderpool, in a statement to the House of Assembly on Thursday, April 17, said that the project is of crucial importance for economic development. He said for the BVI to keep pace with the global cruise industry trend towards larger ships, it must act swiftly to upgrade its port facilities and enhance the visitor experience. He said bids for the first landside packages are expected to be out within a week from his April 17 statement, and between June and July, 8 to 10 building and civil works packages will be put out to tender. In the first 3 years, approximately 525,000 cruise passengers are expected annually from Disney, Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and other cruise lines.
It's not just the 425,000 passengers, but it's 425,000 passengers at a new rate of $15 versus $7 now. I want to make it clear that, we have a Disney and Norwegian deal to have a 15-year berthing agreement. But we are negotiating with other cruise lines also to do other berthing agreements. They may not be 15 years, maybe 3 years, 5 years, but in order for them to also berth at the dock, and we can not just get 425,000 passengers, but the projection is about 525 in the first instance, first year or two, moving up to somewhere between 650 and 700,000 passengers in the medium term. So you're looking at a good revenue stream, not just for the government in terms of doing the sports and so on all over, but also for the taxi drivers, the vendors and so on.
The stores and restaurants.
And so on.
One side of the cruise pier is expected to be completed by early January 2015, with the remainder of the marine works to be done by the end of March 2015. Part of the landside development, the Welcome Center, and some shops are expected to be completed by January 2015, when Disney cruise ship is scheduled to arrive.
We obviously wanted to get the marine side going because it is the most important side. If the pier isn't ready for the ships to come in, then it's a problem.
So it's conceivable then that the ships will be coming before the land side is finished?
Before the complete land side is finished, but part of it will be finished is what the plan is.
Okay.
We're expecting to have on the land side completed in time for when the ships come next year, January, what you call the Welcome Center. The shipping companies call it a sense of arrival, to make people feel comfortable to come into a nice place and They can be taken care of whether through customs, immigration, and so on. And then we want to have some of the shops ready, part of them, for the tourists and so on. So one part of that project we expect to have completed by January next year when the first Disney ship arrives.
Local businesses are encouraged to apply to the BVI Port Authority for store spaces in the Cruise Pier Welcome Center. The total cost of the cruise ship project and landside development is expected to be about $55 million, and there is opportunity for local investment in the project.